Sagittarius, hi, and welcome to your March reading. This is for Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, Midheaven, and or Venus. Let's get into your video, okay? What's coming through at the beginning of March for you guys is the Strength card, followed by the High Priestess, and the Seven of Swords. I tell you what, if you're not dealing with a Leo, right? You have very strong Sagittarian placements. Dealing with a Leo, this can be within yourself, right? Something that you are having to fine-tune for the month of March. Just having some type of battle or conflict with and coming to understand and accept as a part of self, then yeah, definitely dealing with one. So something's going on in that house, fifth house, of fun and entertainment, of creation and creative power, and what that means and how you can utilize the gifts that reside within you and produce something right with that gift. I want to say really like capitalize off of it and make the most of it and be of service with it, whatever your gift is, right? And how it just all comes together in you being a self-actualized individual. If it's dealing with love affairs, because that is kind of what the fifth house talks about, and romance. Now remember, after that eclipse, I told you that was going to be coming in for some people. Now what I didn't say was that energy is fluid, and so it can happen really at any time. Whenever the universe feels that you are prepared for a certain lesson or a certain experience, then it will unleash it unto you, not a minute before that. So you guys may just now be feeling that energy of wanting to be romantic or have more romantic experiences, or living from a state of passion, right? Finding or rekindling what your passions are. Here, coming into the top of the month with the Strength card, needing to have a little bit more courage and be a little bit more vocal, but also understanding the way to go about it here with this High Priestess card, which also came in Aries reading. So if you're not dealing with a Leo, it can be another fire sign, namely Aries, somebody with a lot of Aries placements. But since High Priestess is also associated with Pisces, just check out all three of those readings this month and see what resonates for you, because you may also be with a Pisces, or a Pisces may be coming into your life, somebody that is very mystical, somebody that is omnipotent, like their presence, it's otherworldly. I don't want to say like nymph-like, but very goddess-like, you know, can understand you beyond the facade or the perception that you naturally may lead with, okay? They are attuned to the subconscious, your subconscious mind, and your subconscious, potentially carnal desires, fleshy desires. Just watch that you're not being manipulated, but watch that you're not manipulating your own beliefs and or convictions coming into the top of the month, right? Because you also have the Seven of Swords, which I do believe came up in Pisces reading, right? Needing to make a calculated risk, okay? The Seven Swords by itself is a very neutral card, right? It's no more benevolent than it is malevolent. What matters is the person that grabs a hold of this energy, okay? The intention behind the reason for needing to pick this card up in the first place, for needing to pick this energy up in the first place. Are you trying to be purposefully deceitful this month and willfully omit it? Because that is what comes with that card, right? You're only saying partial truths, half truths, giving people a third of the story, okay? There's three sides to every story. There's yours, the other person, if there's another counterpart involved, and the ultimate truth. If you try to hide something, eventually it will be exposed. And so I guess this card is really just warning against that you are being as authentic and as honest as you can be, okay, as frank as you can be, without it coming off as being just like overtly offensive or malicious, So working on your own beliefs and the belief that you have in yourself. Okay, there is no movement without the first follower, but you can't have a group of supportive people around you if you don't support yourself, if you don't show up for yourself. People can smell phony. People can smell desperation. Okay, people can sense that as well. I feel like your senses are going to be heightened this month. Intuitive nudges this month. Don't try to formulate, again, going back to the story example, don't try to make up a story of something that isn't realistically your truth and what you're living in as far as partnerships are concerned, because the 7 is all about those who come into your life and are here to pay off some like contractual debt to some degree. So whether it be a romantic partnership or a business partnership, or you just starting a new job and having that type of partnership, like, yes, I am going to supply you with what it is that you're asking. You know, within this system, I'm here to serve my purpose. And there's an agreement that's made before you start that you will fulfill those things. Some of you guys may realize that you've been telling yourself a story about somebody that you're involved with, potentially this Leo, okay? You've been lying to yourself. You knew the truth of the situation before you got involved in it, yet you dragged along, you know, and you played along, but it's come to a point where it's a dead end, okay? You're going to have to turn and go in another direction here with the 6 of Swords, as well as your thoughts. You may be overthinking certain things and getting into your head. It's adding a fresh perspective, taking a break, hearing from somebody else in the way that they see things, you know, from the outside looking in, but doing that with people that you trust. You're really focusing on those that you trust, that you want to be in your inner circle, right? Your clique, the you can't sit with us. Like, who are those 3 people for you? Okay, who are those people that you can depend on, that you can rely on when times get tough, that really have sound advice and come from a place of knowledge and intellect? You know, they're not giving you a Reader's Digest for you to kind of figure out on your own. They have supporting documents to back up what it is that they're saying. You know, there is some sort of, what is it called? Credibility behind their name. Okay, and behind certain experiences that they have gone through. Maybe you need to trust a little bit more in those people. Situations are involving you to have trust in the month of March. Situations are involving you to look at your family and your home life and how you were raised. Those were themes that came up in Aries, Leo, and Pisces reading. Okay, who isn't difficult to love? Some of these things you guys know it's a problem, but you kind of blow it off because it's not so big of a problem that it stops you from being a functional human being. You can still get things done, though it may be haphazard, though you could have done a little bit more. It's still done, but that's the wrong mindset and mentality to have. You want to do it right, and you want to be thorough, and you want to do it the first time through so that you're not having to come and revisit with retrogrades, right? So that there is no sense of regret here going from the 7 to the 6. So like you've gone back a step again because you're kind of like revisiting and you're like, okay, am I sure this is really what I want to do though? Like, am I following along the right path? But if you don't understand these things and you're never going to work on these things, you're not really solving any problems that exist. So it's looking at it from another perspective. Don't take it as like something that is, I want to say treacherous, sure, but drudgery as well. That's the word that came up, right? Something that makes you drag your feet to do it. It's taking the energy from the eclipse and like, how can I use the creative surges that I feel to handle this problem? How can I do it in a creative way? Something that I haven't done before. Rewording things in a way that I haven't before. Maybe I need to ask in a different way. Maybe I need to suggest things instead of demanding them. You know, maybe I need to be vocal altogether because I realized that silencing myself and silencing my voice isn't moving the boat. It isn't going anywhere, okay, because you're in the week of the obstacles. But it's realizing those things and then taking the appropriate action, which you guys can start doing by the end of the month. It's learning the keys to the heart. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, you have the key. You have the key to your own heart. and you have the keys as far as being information, as far as being knowledge and wisdom to turn a situation around that has been painful to the heart, you know, that has kept you feeling still lonely or misunderstood in love. You feeling like you've settled in something that isn't really speaking to your heart. If you're speaking with somebody else, it's knowing that you have to take care of this person's heart in a better way than how you have been handling it. If you intend to pull these swords out of this heart, you don't want it to bleed out, so you need to have a plan on how you intend to help them mend their heart outside of what they should be personally responsible for doing on their own, you know, outside of the time that you guys spend together, so that it's not a codependent or manipulative or toxic relationship at the end of the day. Okay, you need to have bandages on deck, and some of that starts with communication, better communications, learning how to pick and choose your battles when you're wanting to fight. So it's looking at those things. For some of you guys, you're dealing with someone, and because there's so much fire energy and all about the sun in the 5th house, and you know it's exalted, of course, in the sign of Aries, but with all of this fire energy, you can really be dealing with somebody who is all into love affairs. So you may be the other woman, there may be another woman all together in the picture, and that's something that they're trying to keep hush hush, right? You only see this person once the sun goes down, because I'm not seeing too much light energy here. So whatever gets exposed in regard to that type of situation, see it for what it is, okay? Look at it from face value. Understand your worth, and that you are worth more than somebody that will treat you in such a manner. Because best believe, if you were to even leave the woman, right, if you love this person so much you can't help how you feel on an emotional level, but if he were to leave this person, or the woman that you're involved in were to leave her boyfriend and come and date you, they will more than likely do the same thing to you. So be careful how you get them, because you will lose them the same way that you get them 9 times out of 10. Okay, and if this is not about a person, this can be about things. You know, be careful how you acquire things, how you acquire power, right? How you use the power within you, how you use your gifts to obtain things, money, objects, you know, opportunities, certain experiences. So just be aware of that. Making sure things aren't one-sided, that there is a level of reciprocity, that you also are evolving, and that you are learning at least one new thing a day here, that you're taking some risks with some money. You can't make money unless you use your money, unless you spend some money. But what are you spending your money on? You know, me personally, I am watching my spending habits this month, because there are certain things that I need more than what I want, and what I need matters more, okay? And so certain things that you guys need is also going to matter more. You guys are going to make sure that you are making yourself a priority, that you're making your happiness a priority here. That may be the remedy to any issues that you're having, you know, just being a little bit more playful, especially in regard to a person that you can be involved with. Just having more optimism and having a glow, feeling just vibrant, okay? Again, feeling that surge of creativity, and at this point you can better hone in and handle that energy, and so you're figuring out by the end of the month what to do with it, right? Getting into configuration of sorts, and just playing with your creative power again this month, playing with your looks. Don't be overly vain this month, but definitely have fun with getting in touch with other sides of you, getting in touch with the softer side of you. Don't force this to fit if it doesn't resonate. I enjoy if you watch this video to the end, but this is merely just me really speaking to me, which is speaking to you, because I am that I am you, you are the universe, we are one, you know. So It's really just here just to offer suggestions if you feel like you've gotten stuck, or if you just need something to lighten or lift your spirits. You know, I'm here to provide that relief, hopefully for you, you know. So just come here and enjoy your time here. You can use this as a time of self-care and trying to learn more about yourself and learning more about your placements, learning more about your habits, because that's what the twos also speak about. And so this is just your time for you. Don't make it anything more than what it is for you, okay?